What's up, everybody? It's Dustin, Berserker Bear. I have another edition of Bushwhacking Tartaria for you. It's going to be a little bit of a different one. It's going to be a walkthrough, effectively, of what I do. Bushwhacking of bushwhacking. I don't really have anything open as far as my windows or any kind of narrative written down. I didn't even really research this place. You can see we're at the Antioch Baptist Church here. It's in east side of Buffalo. I got you a drive up. I was just there earlier today. I got ambitious and kind of pretty much just threw a dart at the map and found this place. Went there earlier. I got a walk around video, which might not be loaded in high definition yet, so I apologize. I'm not sure. We'll see though. So I'm gonna effectively just walk you through how I go through trying to research a spot, pretty much. I think I've done this before, maybe not with my new setup with the recording system that I have. So hopefully I could do it a little bit more in depth. But I have boots on the ground pictures for you. We're at this place, and we'll do some assessment, some on the fly hip fire bushwhacking Tartaria with Berserker Bear, of course. And we're at the Antioch Baptist Church, formerly St. Margaret's, I believe. So yeah, let's get into it. Here we go. Okay, so this effectively is the drive up. Now I want you to pay attention to the street name drive. Mind the dust, but pay attention to the street names so we can get. What I'm going to do is, so I do this. I did this for obviously for some pretty cool effect, but as you can, I just want to show, like I did before in my previous one, like you can just turn down a corner in Buffalo, and there's these massive buildings that are churches that are pretty much all over the place. So I say pay attention to the street names, because we're going to try to we're going to find this spot correlated as I do on these old maps that I use, the Library of Congress ones. They have a few for Buffalo, and again, I don't have any of the windows open. I did previously search this spot to try to find some articles. Honestly I couldn't find much, to be perfectly straight with you. I couldn't find much on this spot. So you'll see that I had already searched it, but I didn't do much. I want you to see how I do it. So I'm going to pretty much go from the fly here, and then we'll go over the pictures and everything, and hopefully this isn't too much time for you. I'm waiting here at a red light. I don't know why I don't have... Oh, here we go. So this is pretty much what I do. I drive to the place, I'll park, and I will, I just get out and start filming. I only use my phone, guys. Literally, I use my phone, and I load it up through my Google account. I only put note the foundation. Okay, I'm gonna lay another idea down, like I did in my bad audio video, citing Brian Forrester. So again, oh sorry, here we are. So yeah, this is going to be an edition where I'm pretty much just firing from the hip. You'll see what I do as far as research as far as research goes. I didn't find much for the literature. I got an 8-minute video where I walk around this place and show you some really cool stonework. I got a definition I'd like to hammer down also. So yeah, let's get you some pictures and some video and try to find an article, number one, of this beautiful behemoth in the middle of east side of Buffalo. Just amazing. So I got a video for you, and we'll get some pictures. Mind the foundation, guys. This is the building right next door, but cool pictures. Okay, very, very cool pictures. Also the video. And I'm sorry that it's not HD. Let's see. I hope that's not too bad for you. It should have loaded in better quality. And I'm sorry about that. So we'll go over this in a second. I literally have no windows open. So let's start off here. Library of Congress, Panoramic Maps. Now this is officially the Library of Congress, where I pull some of the old maps that I use of Buffalo from. And I like to correlate on top of using, Google Earth. It was I think it's a good idea to use these ones also, because number one, they're Library of Congress, accessible to all, and they're very cool. So now, all roads will lead to Buffalo is not good for referencing buildings. These two are. So let's do this. Open this one up and try to find. Now, there's a reference point here. We have a park. We're at Skajakwata. There's Martin MLK Jr. Park there. Keep that in mind. So, hope you don't mind that the hip fire episode. Let's get you a better view. So look at this is a 1902 bird's eye view map of Buffalo. Note that they kind of try to hide the radial street patterns. In my opinion, it is 1902. And remember that landmark that I cited, the park? It was Humboldt Parkway. Okay. Now we're at Urban. Where it is Urban and Fillmore. Okay, there's Fillmore. See Fillmore? And the street is Urban. And it used to be St. Mary Magdalene Church. And wow, look at that. Okay, there it is. Wow. Wow. Oh, okay. So here's Fillmore. And there's Urban. This is Fillmore. This is Urban. Wow, okay. Let's see what we got going on here. 1902 map, we have it located. And it actually is referencing the old name of this place underneath that. Of course it's cut off though. So St. Mary Magdalene. It doesn't say church. All right, let's try to find some articles here. So I did search it, obviously. Now, note that there's not necessarily a Wikipedia page for it. And the other place it was named was St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church in Buffalo. And note, there's also no Wikipedia page for it here. This is nothing to do with it. That was actually the central terminal that I've done before. Church records. Here we go. Catholic Church, St. Mary Magdalene, Buffalo, New York. This screen shows the complete catalog. Film digital notes. What are we getting into here? I literally have not looked up this whatsoever. No, this is a church finder. So, okay. Microfilm original. Most text included contains. That's not what we're looking for as far as my particularly what we're going for here. I'm looking for an article I could read effectively while I get you the wraparound. Because again, I want to show you this place. I mean, what we're working with here is sheer beauty. Look at this. So let's get into the definition. I want to give a shout out to my homie, Rad Bear, who knows masonry. And he was like, when you talk about that, the build out, that's corbelled brickwork where it goes out up top officially. And let's, show you. I've looked it up, obviously. So Rad Bear steps up to the plate and absolutely drills it out of the firmament with that. It's exactly what we're talking about when we say build out. Beautiful brickwork, and it's corbelled. So, boom. There goes a definition nailed down for you. Compliments of Rad Bear. Crushing. So, St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church, Buffalo, is what it was called before. And I really can't find. Now, this is an article that has some literature we can read from. Buffalo News. Antioch Baptist Church, Fillmore. MapQuest. Nope. Localprayers.com. See, I've been searching this before. You can see that it's been highlighted, but not all of them are. Maps. So, again, I hope you can see, and I hope I'm illustrating the fact that this is a prominent landmark church here, and it does reference it in this article I'll read. A closer look, Antioch Baptist Church, Romanesque Revival. So I'll read that while I get you the video so you can see what's going on with this beautiful building. Oh. Bushwhacking Tartaria wraparound. Walk. Here we go. Sorry about the... Oh, you know what? Excuse me. Let me pull that so I can read it for you. So note, I'll also want to bring your attention to the foundation again. Now, briefly looking at that, we'll look up another map too. There's a couple different Library of Congress maps that I want to use. But note that it did say that St. Mary Magdalene, but it's cut. Note the different foundation here. If you guys remember in my bad audio video, I did cite Brian Forrester. He's a megalithic, what I would call expert researcher, who I have a very high respect for. I believe that I spoke with Michelle Gibson about him. He's actually, along with him and Graham Hancock, kind of what brought me into this fold of architecture in a roundabout way, because I was initially fascinated and still am with the megalithic work in, obviously Egypt. But Brian Forrester focuses more with megalithic in Peru, okay? Pumapunku, Sacsayhuama, Ollantaytambo. That's Brian Forrester's, that's his game, and he is an expert 100% for sure. Now, again, I know I laid down an idea in my bad audio, but I want to hammer it. I want to hammer it home in this one since I upgraded my my audios, and of course, another very good friend, Laura Bear, so graciously gifted me this microphone that I'm using. So I wanted to make sure that I was using it properly. So I trained myself up on the OBS, just like you guys can. O as in Oliver, B as in bicycle, S as in Sam. OBS, it's an operating system where you can record your screen. Look, there you go. I always carry it with me, no matter what. So, train myself up on it. This is Bushwhacking Tartaria. I'm literally firing from the hip here, guys. I don't have any kind of script. Didn't really do any in-depth search for any more articles other than the brief 1-2, the ones that you see me opening up. But going back to Brian Forrester, please note the different style of foundation. And I'm going to address that again. I'll play a little clip from one of Brian's videos that I watched randomly, mind you. It was random. I haven't watched a lot of his videos. Recently, I said that in the video or the episode a couple back where I actually referenced him. Again, it was the bad audio. I'm sorry about that. So I'll play that clip again, and I'm going to lay down that idea again. Because look at the foundation. It's clearly a different architectural style. It does have mortars. It is bigger brick, but it's clearly different. But it's clearly the same It's clearly the same outline. There goes the corbelling and the dormage. I love the dormage. I love old houses with big roofs that have dormers on them. The dormage is amazing. Okay, so the article that I'm going to be reading from is I'll put it in the description. Buffalo News, a closer look. And it's literally a paragraph, so here we go. A closer look. Antioch Baptist Church, Romanesque Revival. And you know, we'll actually look at my Romanesque Revival, my old history book that I have for architecture. I have pictures, and we'll do some comparisons, actually. We could do that. So, the Antioch Baptist Church at 1327 Fillmore Ave in Buffalo, New York, is a well-preserved Romanesque Revival fortress. Okay, so in this article, it's literally referring to it as a fortress, guys. Okay. That's pretty cool. So, Romanesque Revival fortress that rises above MLK Park that we've established. It was built in 1906. So that 1902 map checks out, all right, seemingly. We have another one to look at, though. We're going to try to find it on that one. I forget the date of the other Library of Congress that we're going to be using. Well, actually, you know what? We're going to use all three of them. Firing from the hip here. All right. Let's see. Romanesque Revival Fortress that rises above MLK Park. It was built in 1906 as St. Mary Magdalene Catholic Church in a German neighborhood, as it goes. Designed by architect George Setter, and that's S as in Sam, E, T as in Tom, T as in Tom, E, R. George Setter, or Setter. It celebrated its last Mass in October 1978, a month before Antioch Baptist Church purchased the building. The congregation has lovingly preserved the church. And then underneath that article, or that paragraph, it just lists like pictures and captions. It says, you know, the next one, it says it was established in 1932 as the Antioch, formerly Mary Magdalene Catholic Church. There's nothing really as far as a cohesive actual essay about this place that I can find. Also, the website that I use, it's called, and for your guys' reference, Buffalo as an Architectural Museum website. I'll show you that after this. We're almost done with the wraparound. But again, cursory search, I couldn't find neither the St. Mary Magdalene Church on that, and this list is extensive, guys. It's pretty much the syllabus or the checklist that I can use. You know, if you guys ever think that I'm going to run out of content here, especially with putting out 3 in a row, it's actually a good thing that you're mistaken there, because I have so many places to go here in this city. It's literally unbelievable. There's thousands. We're going to check that list. You can as well. Again, it's called Buffalo as an Architectural Museum. Highly recommend going there. Now, I've been seeing your comments, and I appreciate that. One was so gracious to ask where we can donate to my father and I. It was on the one where I went with my dad, the first Presbyterian video. A comment asked where we could donate. So, guys, I did set up Patreon. It's patreon.com/berserkerbear. If you feel so inclined, anything that I do get donated, it'll be used towards the channel and my videos. I can ante up on some equipment here. So I did take the plunge and do that. And a gracious comment person, I forget the name, asked where he could donate, and I got the idea. So I did do it. I pulled the trigger. There is a Patreon for Berserker Bear. Look at that, guys. Beautiful red brick right next to this church. Right there. This is where I am. So then I'll wrap back around with pictures. I got some cool pictures. But let's try to note this. Note the foundations. So let's talk about going to check out that Brian Forster. Lay that down again. Look at that playlist, that OG playlist. Huh? No one says Berserker Bear. I don't have an eclectic music sense, if you will. All right, Brian Forster. Hip fire here, guys. Hope you like it. Get some more out for you. Now, let me lay this down. I haven't watched Brian a lot lately. I just randomly picked this video to watch. And you can see, I mean, there's the play. And when I got to that level, I'm like, whoa. Probably going to be that. So I will also open up another Library of Congress. Oh, geez.
And here, very tight-fitting basalt stone, no mortar, no gaps whatsoever, and much rougher work above. So we're obviously looking at two different civilizations. And in the case of the church, which we'll be filming in a moment, 3 levels of construction, 3 different cultures. So look how tight-fitting these stones are. In the case of no mortar.
Now I want you to hear that again, and I want you to keep this in mind. Now, on this map, it shows that there's a building there, but it is calling it St. Mary Magdalene. I'm not sure I understand that. Let's also open up the other one while we're here. Now, did you hear what Brian just said? Let's play it again.
And here, very tight-fitting basalt stone, no mortar, no gaps whatsoever, and much rougher work above. So we're obviously looking at 2 different civilizations. And in the case of the church, which we'll be filming in a moment, 3 levels of construction, 3 different cultures.
Okay, that's I agree with him in the context in which he's saying it. Now, extrapolate on that. He's talking about a building, and he's talking about what he's seeing with his own eyes, with his boots on the ground, okay? Now, Berserker Bear is doing the same thing, and I got my boots on the ground, and I'm seeing 2 different levels of construction, and I'm proposing that it's either the foundation of this building, which is plausible. I mean, there's a building there, or and that's an old civilization. So let's do some work here. Look at that. And let's open up that other. Let's see if we can find. I didn't even look this one up yet, to be honest with you. There's 2 good maps to use for buildings for Buffalo. I mean, look at all these places, guys. I highly recommend you come here. If you have it in your own city, sign up on MeWe, and let's network the realm, guys. Let's get this stuff out. My man Andrew Booth, holler at me. I have to get you on. I didn't forget about you, dude. In Mississauga, he's a contributor on MeWe. Another good Tartarian old world researcher. Okay, this is 1880. Let's see if we can catch him in something. I forget this is 1880. Okay, here's where the gravy starts, guys. Hip fire. I've not dove this deep into this location yet. I'm doing it with you guys. Let's see if we can find Fillmore. Humboldt Park. So when I look up on these maps, boy, Sycamore, Bowen. Where's Humboldt? Where would Humboldt be? Oh boy. I hope you don't mind my doing this. Okay, so we have Humboldt there, and this is a rail. What street is that? Genesee. Let's find Genesee, then find Fillmore. If we can. Hip fire here, guys. Now, when I see something like this, now this map, boy, 1880 Buffalo, fully built out. When it says, when I look up these churches, and it always says that it's a growing city and the congregation needed to have a bigger building and a German population, which mean huge. The outskirts are all the way out here. It's already built out. Oh, out to Sycamore, and oh, there's Genesee. Did I just find Genesee on a whim? I did. Okay, so let's keep it going, guys. That's Genesee. Is that Humboldt Park right there? It's gotta be Humboldt Park. Okay, look at there. See that main vein? All right, guys, let's try to do this. So there is nothing out there at that time. Genesee and Fillmore. It does go through. There's Fillmore. If we can find Fillmore on this map, boy, it's confusing. Not really, though, because we have Genesee here. We know this is Genesee, and it's going to be to the left of Genesee per this map, okay? Because we got Genesee right here. Sorry about my small cursor, but here's Genesee. I'm trying to find this location on the 1880 map, guys. Let's see. There's Genesee. So it's a good... Yeah, boom. Okay, this is that... See this swoosh? That's Humboldt Park. Right there. Yeah, so there is nothing built out here. Checks out. It's got to be. So we have a swoosh right here, guys. Through Humboldt Park. Now MLK Junior Park. We have that swoosh, I believe, right here. Right next to Genesee. Okay, so we know our location. And then it's on the top part of the swoosh. About 1, 2, 3 down. Top part of the... So this is all... Yeah. In 1880, there was... Per that map... Wow, that's very cool. Well, there are buildings there. Wow, it makes it look... So, that's interesting. At first, I was going to say it's a forest, but there's buildings in there. Interesting, guys. Maybe they're... first glance, it just looks like, look at that. They're hiding it. And then the road stops or it ends there. So at least it checks out 1880. There wasn't nothing built out there, but in 1902 it's growing. So checks out with the story. But let's see. It says that it's Saint Mary Magdalene on a 1902 map, and in these articles, it's saying that Mary Magdalene was built in 1906. So it was built in 1906. I wonder where the information is about the parish and all that stuff. So we went over that. And let's do this. Firing from the hip here, guys. Buffalo, as I stated, is an architectural museum. So let's look up the Antioch Baptist. I mean, these are all the places that I have to go to. You guys ever think that I'm going to run out of material? I'd say don't worry about it. So Antioch. This is also the website that I use for a lot of my articles that I read. If the actual church doesn't have a official website, which is what I like to use mostly, of course, I'll use this one because this is official. Here you go again. Buffalo as an architectural museum. And it certainly is. Antioch. And I couldn't find it in here, guys. The Antioch Baptist is not in here. Okay. Sorry about it. If you ever stop in Buffalo, definitely go to Anchor Bar. Not to be confused with the legend Anchor Bear. Anchor Bar in Buffalo. That's where chicken wings were invented, guys, just so you know. So no Antioch Church, though. And it was also St. Mary Magdalene, right? St. Mary Magdalene it was. Let's go to the S's. All locations these are, guys. All locations that I can go to. Pardon my annoying scrolling. Wow, how annoying is that for you guys? Okay, RS. You got St. John's, St. John's. Where were they? Same area. Okay. None of these are St. Mary's that we're at all. Nope. Nope. So I can't find any literature on this place, guys. If you could help me out in the comments, I'd really appreciate it. But goes to show that some of this stuff is anomalous in the fact that there is no information to grab from. Okay, so it's not on the 1880 map. It is cited on the 1902 map. And it checks out with it being built in 1906, even though there's no pictures. I think sometimes we either have these incorrect or the Vanilla Sky construction pictures because they don't want us to see how they build these things. I think we have found some of them, and then we have also built some of them. For example, the basilica that I did with Father Baker, I think that I've proved definitively that it was actually built, and we were told incorrect story. That basilica was actually built around an old red brick. I'll look at the corbelling. Okay. Very, very beautiful architecture here. So, I'm not with the foundation thing and Brian Forrester. I understand that it could be the foundation of this. Why is it being called St. Mary Magdalene in 1902 when it's an apartment complex? That might be a little anomalous, I'm sure. Sorry about that. And what's interesting, though, is that the outline of the old foundation follows the top exactly. So I get that they could have leveled it off and built on top of it, which is, I honestly think that they may have done that. And the fact that there's no pictures, to me, just says that they might be trying to hide their construction techniques. Possible. I do think, though, we stumbled upon a lot of this stuff, and they were buried for sure. But in this case, I think that this one may have been built on top of an old foundation. Now look at that corbel. Beautiful. Now look at how they cut that stuff. Wait till you see some of these other pictures too, guys. You know, and if nothing else, you know what, we did that, the foundation thing with Brian Forrester. Look at it through that lens and keep it in mind when you're looking at this kind of stuff. And of course, leave comments, all that jazz. Beautiful, beautiful corbel, as we'd say. Cut some in half, cut quarters, or are those even cut in half, or are they slotted back into it? And there's really depth here. A lot of the red bricks that I see, and some of the red bricks are falling out, there's like another layer underneath. Little, probably a hornet's or a wasp's nest chilling, crushing it. Very interesting. Pillars type of deal in a radial pattern, almost, or a sun pattern. Beautiful, beautiful architecture here. Beautiful. Now look at these pillars. The pillars are very cool because they have the wraparound, and these stained glasses are gorgeous. Wraparound, and they got the cherubs up top. Now these same pillars, anyone has this architecture in their neck of the woods, please leave comments or they notice anything. It does say Romanesque, obviously. Everything's Romanesque. What does that even mean? As a matter of fact, I'll show you what it means, or what they say that it means, rather. Romanesque. So this is from a book that I have, my grandfather's book, and copyrighted 1937. This is what they say Italian Romanesque architecture will look like. And it does look like that First Presbyterian church that I did a couple ago with my dad. They have, there you go, floor plan. See that now? Checks out. Okay, you got it's a cross floor plan, effectively, right? Very cool. These are the examples that you get for Romanesque in that book. So keep that in mind. You have these pillars. These are actually twisted. Gee. Montreal cloister. The Benedictine Monastery. Beautiful. Okay, that's an example of what they say this architecture is. Look at that. Beautiful. Cherubs. Huge, too. I mean, this is absolutely massive. A lot of faces. There were a lot of faces, like I said, on the First Presbyterian church also, looking out at you. They were all unique. Yeah, we got a window open. It was cold out, too, guys. I'm holding my camera up while I'm walking around this place, and I don't have my gloves on either. Dormage with some copper. And not only is it cold, but I got my arms up for like 9 minutes, however long that I love dormers on big roofs. Just love them. Because you think about the inside, it's not like the nooks and crannies of like the big houses, mansions. Dormage. Martin Liedtke always says that too. Here we go with the copper on the two towers. I thought this was the most coolest copper-shaped stuff that I've seen so far. I mean, old portals, you know, like we talk about, guys. Cam, Autodidactic, Martin, Michelle Gibson. Look at this. Different styles of construction. Try to take some cool pictures too where I frame it good. You know, I think I kind of got an eye for it a little bit. What do you think, huh? Berserker Bear got the eye too. Pretty cool. Here you go. Now, what's going on? I mean, why is there a vent up there? Again, this is a winter climate. And it's not flush. Notice that it's not flush. Not sure what's going on here. What do you guys think? It's cool how the pillars go around. It's like pretty intricate for copper work. If you ask me, I mean, if that's copper, which I think it is, I mean, you got some like layers going on here and these pillars. It's intricate. Antioch Missionary Baptist Church, founded in 1931. There you go, plaque, retrofit. Standing in front of this, it's just like, I mean, look at that, guys. All corbelling brick, corbel. Just impressive. Impeccable, impressive. Oh, look at that dude. Yeah, and I thought at first these looked like a Celtic cross and then a shield, but I'm not sure. What do you guys think? I don't necessarily see anything that would be cymatic patterning. Nothing caught my eye like that, but I don't know, what do you got? And then I thought initially this was an eagle, but now that I look up close, maybe a pigeon, possibly. Yeah, is that a Celtic cross, guys? I don't know. You got those pillars again. Corbelling. Wow, just beautiful. There you go, urban. Urban, see it? Urban. St. Mary Magdalene. What was it be? And of course there's a cut right there. I mean, of course. So, but that's the corner. So, and look though, it even looks like it's, oh no, it's because of the cut. That's the corner right there. So, you know, I get that the foundation could be from that building, but number one, notice how it's like the same exact outline of it. I don't know. I guess I understand that could be facade. But help me out here, guys. We're trying to work through it, you know. I'd like to have these answers for you, but that's why I need your help. What do you guys think? Other than the fact that this is a beautiful architectural gem here. 5-minute drive from where I'm at. Here, so when I was taking, yeah, this is a little damage here on the portal section of this beauty up here. And then when I first took pictures of it, I'm like, yo, is that red brick up in there? Because I seen the line. I'm like, is that red brick? And then I got another close-up, I believe. I better have. Yeah, what's going on in there? Pretty cool. What's up with that? And then, okay, so first glance of my camera, I thought that was red brick, but now that I'm seeing it like this, it's like, looks like wood, and it could be like the lath, like plaster lath, you know. But still, the copper is amazing. Beautiful. So, yeah, that was Bushwhacking Tartaria with Berserker Bear, another quick hitter hipfire edition. Again, I hope that you don't mind that I'm getting more out. I have a lot more to go over, as you can see with this list. I appreciate your comments. Let me get you over here to, I appreciate your comments. If you guys want me to do sites here in Buffalo, I can do that, of course. But when you ask me to do places in other cities, the name of my game is mostly to get boots on the ground for you. So although I would love to, I just don't necessarily have the time. Guys, this is, I do work full-time also, and I'm a full-time family man, dad. So as much as you guys like to recommend places, I want to do all of it. I can. I really do, and I really appreciate all your support. I'll get to it if I can, but if you want to recommend places, go off that list and I could definitely do it for you. Because sometimes I'm looking for inspiration. Okay, so yeah, I hope you like that one. You know, that was, if nothing else, to show you that there's anomalies in the fact that there's a lack of information. Okay, and I have the old maps to correlate, and we'll do that going forward. Please come to my YouTube channel, Bushwhacking Tartaria with Berserker Bear. Also, I'll leave a link where you can come to MeWe. It's in our description. You have to apply to this research group, and please be professional. Please be respectful. We're trying to, find old world vestiges. You can find it in your city. You can peruse what we're doing here. You can add to it. Here you go. Okay, if you put a video up there from YouTube, I please ask that you write a brief description of it, or at least what it relates to. Please make your post related to what it says here in my top pinned comment. You want to keep it professional, and we want to move the research forward. And you can help with that by coming here. Okay, it's MeWe. It's called the Realm Earth Research Group. We have almost 800 members here. Campbell from Autodidactic was so gracious in setting this up for us. I'm an admin. Calum Wilkinson is an admin, so is Money May. If you have any questions, they will help you. But again, be professional, be respectful, and let's move the research forward and network the realm. You can help with that. Again, this is Dustin, Bushwhacking Tartaria with Berserker Bear. I'm also at Patreon, patreon.com/Berserker Bear. Any little bit helps, okay? I love you all, and I will catch you on the next one. All right, Berserker Bear out. Be safe, everybody.